piece is written in the style of jazz stride piano, which was very big in 1930s America. Artists like Fats Waller and Art Tatum. So basically your left hand is striding along the piano. So beats 1 and 3 is a bass note, and then beats 2 and 4 are chords that are quite a big distance away. So you're striding up and down all the time, quite hard. This is luckily simplified a bit more than they would do. So you only get one bass note, which is actually a lot easier. They would have done like octaves or tenths or sevenths on beats 1 and 3. We've just got to do one bass note, thankfully. And then you're going to jump to a less important chord. So your bass is more important than the chords on beats 2 and 4. But of course, the most important thing is the tune. And there's got a really, really nice swag to this tune. And there's a really good note written at the bottom of the page saying to picture Fred Astaire, the best tap dancer of all time, very famous in 1930s, 1950s films. So you can imagine him swishing in very stylish manner down the halls of the Hotel Waldorf, strutting, in fact. So your tune is the most important thing at the top. So kind of think the tune in your head, but also when you've got a chord, actually the top note has to ping out more. And I get asked a lot about hand balance. And quite often it's about physics and it's about how you're pushing or how you're dropping onto your hand, and also keeping the other notes getting less velocity. So I kind of lean my hand to the top for this. So it comes out like that rather than, which has got too much sort of fingers at the bottom. So you kind of got to lean up, think upwards, things like this. Not. Because I'm putting all the pressure on the top. So that happens quite a bit. Most important thing is the tune. Second most important thing is your bass note. Then the chords that are more in the middle are the least important things. So make sure that your left hand kind of sounds like this. The pedal helps as well. So you're going to pedal on beats 1 and 3. And that basically means that your bass note is going to hold under beat 2 and 4, giving it a richer harmonic sound, yeah? Your chords at the top, be really light. Lean onto the bottom, less on that one, lean less. That kind of idea all the way through. Careful with your pedaling, sometimes it can get a bit mushy when there's loads of notes, like here. So kind of use your ears, you might only want to dab your pedal down a little bit. And bars that are very busy, I kind of pedaled less. For example, bar 19 and bar 20, when you've got that lovely left-hand rich marcato melody that he wants bringing out, sort of, I don't pedal as much, don't hold everything else through so that you can really hear all of that. Top of page 2. I love stop. This is stop time. So when you're in a theatre show, I do a lot of theatre shows, and there's tap dances going on. Quite often the orchestra stops at the same time. We call it stop time. And in the gaps is when you hear the tap dancers' feet doing their rhythms. So whatever. So I did the wrong rhythms, but you understand that I couldn't concentrate on two things then. When you do this, get your rhythms right, but lift up as well. So you get a really nice soft mezzo piano staccato. Pull away as you hit staccato, don't go down and off. Pull away and make it nice and light. Careful, you've got to make every note sound, so you've got to got to use a bit of arm as well, and make sure your left hand or your weaker bits of your hands definitely hit their notes. The gliss is quite fun in this. So the way I do it, I hit it with my thumb. You can't quite see that. I hit it with my thumb, and then my nail is going to pull down over the notes. Don't let your hand do this because you will scratch your skin. So keep your hand quite vertically upright. And just as I get to middle C, my second finger is going to take that for me. So I pull so that I land in a really good finger position for the next bit. Got a bit of a bugbear with some recordings at bars 35 and 36, including the official one, I'm afraid. I don't think they've done the rhythm right. They kind of swing, they think, oh, they're all swung, but they're not. The rhythms are as it's written on this page. If it's a dotted rhythm, it's kind of like a swung one. If it's not, it's not. So the first one is swung, that next one is not. So it comes in a bit earlier, that's on the beat, that's exactly in between, it's not swung. So careful how those go. And of course the tune note is actually your thumb for those. So that's the most important thing, that C is holding on through. Then we've got some lovely dynamics towards the end. Please watch your slurs throughout in the right hand. Don't just play over them all in a really legato way. Philip Lane has put specific slurs in, so try and get a little gap in between. The ending is so hard. To actually get from there to there accurately, you're going to have to do a lot of practice going. And he's the big one, and then this is light. Such brilliant classic jazz elements in this, like that little bit at the end. Oh, sorry. So many jazz things end like that. Love it. And although I'm not a jazz pianist, I'm not an improviser, all the elements are in this one. So I kind of do some naughty things like play it too fast and feel really, really cool. So take what they give you, muck around with it, have a little bit of fun, I'd say. Great jazz writing, such a perfectly formed little piece. Enjoy playing this. You might have to do a lot of practice to get it in your fingers because it's quite complicated. Welcome to grade 7. And I'm going to play it again for you now really slowly, and I'm not going to use the pedal because I think that might be distracting and you might not hear exactly what's held. So just so you can see exactly what goes where, maybe you're interested in what fingering I do, here's a slow motion recording for you now.